Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Commander Curses, and today I am talking about the new things that have happened since I last made a video back in October, patch 2.2. There's a lot of things happening, and I really thank all of my fans that have come back to watch this video. It's been a long time coming, and I know that you've been waiting eagerly for my next update. So I'd really like to thank you all, and to all the people that have left me comments over the last few months on my videos. I really appreciate your enthusiasm and your support, so thanks everybody. So three things I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about the changes in patch 2.2.03, which was a big tweak patch. I'm going to talk about the Commanders update, which is coming, well, the beta's coming near the end of February, and I'm going to talk about the channel direction, what I'm going to be doing from, well, for this year, well, my plans for this year at least. And then, yeah, that is about all, so let's get on with it. Today I am getting some money. I'm doing the Valentine's Day community goal. I'm going to go deliver some, actually it's not the Valentine's Day one, it's the other one, the the emergency power generators one at Peacock. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so the long beta 2.2.03, it included big tweaks to many aspects of the game, including some that got rolled back. For instance, changes to shields and heat in the game, which were tested but not implemented by Frontier. You can read all of these things are in some forum posts on the forums, so if you want more details, go there. Alright, so the one of the things on the patch notes was reduced number of missions sent to clients, and we're only sending relevant missions now. I noticed that I'm getting a lot fewer missions when I looked at the mission board this morning. Just 2 or 3 for each of the factions, even the ones I'm allied with, which is kind of interesting. And the rewards seem pretty lackluster as well, including ones on passenger missions, which were very good after the 2.2 patch. So obviously the missions were, maybe they thought they were too generous, they were too spammy at least. So it's more like what it was like when the mission system was old and broken back in the old days. So that's quite interesting. Power play changes. Basically, there's a lot of changes to power play about how the enemies target you, but basically it boils down to, as far as I can tell, you only get attacked when you're doing power play stuff. So that's actually my main issue with power play, and I might end up being a power player now that I can. Once I decide I want to take my power play hat off, I can go into normal citizen mode and not constantly get attacked in cities and systems that I'm not allied or power play friendly with, which is really awesome actually. They've added a new module, their module reinforcement pack, which is for combat. It protects modules from getting destroyed. So basically it takes the damage for modules, and it can be repaired by the AFMU, and that is for people that want to PvP, I presume, because a lot of PvP is about destroying the modules. Weapons got buffs. The fixed weapons got buffs, so that people playing with fixed weapons get more damage, larger clips on, not more damage, but because they already are higher damage, but the clips are bigger in the projectile weapons, and the reload times for the projectile weapons increase. Also, the energy weapons have lower weapon capacitor drain, which is pretty awesome. It might actually make me do more fixed weapon builds, because as you well know, I'm a gimbaled man. The cannons were buffed. That means that the clip and the reserve size for cannons have been buffed for both fixed and gimbaled, and the gimbal and turret damage for cannons have been increased. So cannons are pretty, well, I'm not a very big fan of cannons when I can't control where they go, because, you know, lag and people moving means that your cannons are really gonna miss most of the time. Also, burst lasers have been changed, so they're the same damage per energy as a pulse laser. So bursts have higher DPS but higher heat. Pulse have lower DPS but they last longer, and you know they heat they heat your ship up less. So burst lasers are for burst damage. Who would have thought? That was actually a distinction which was kind of lost on me between pulse and burst. I never really found any point of running a burst. Uh-oh, I'm going to get interdicted, am I? Oh, that's interesting. Now there is actually a reason for me to want to run burst lasers if I want to be a burster. The last interesting weapon change, this isn't all of them by the way, it's just an interesting one for me, is that the railgun ammo has been increased to 80 from 30. It makes railguns so much better, and also the heat that they produce is far reduced. Okay, onwards to different things. The enemies with railguns, aka those elite asps in every combat zone, are less accurate, which is pretty good for me because I get owned by elite asps with railguns. Another thing is there's the defenses tab. Now if you look over on the right, now what am I looking for? The statistics. There's a defenses tab, shield, health, armor rating. It tells you what your defenses are like for your ships. So there's no guessing or wondering or going to an external website about figuring out what your modules do, your defensive modules. So that's pretty great. It kind of complements the increased details on the outfitting screen for weapons, which came in last patch. Another thing about defenses, shield regeneration has increased, and the larger shields increase at double the old rate. The largest shields double their old rate and scaling down. Haha! I didn't get interdicted. But is that person going to hurt me? Yep. Anyway.
Charlie Uniform Romeo. Federal Flight Control Channel open. Observe docking protocols if you wish to land.
Request docking, thank you. Is that person still going to attack me? 3 kilometers away? Yeah, we'll just pop our shields up. Slow down for auto dock. I forgot I had one of them. Alright, so the shields increase their regeneration rate for the largest shields, and the out of combat regen has also been buffed, which is pretty awesome because I found that was a big drag in the game when you don't it's an interesting docking technique. When you don't have shields, you're basically sitting duck unless you've got a hull build, and you have to go suck your thumb and wait until your shields return. So that's pretty awesome. And you can also, if you're out of combat, you can reboot and repair, which will bump start Frontier's words their shields. Oh, this is a pretty cool station. An orange station.
Frameshift charge detected.
Uh-oh, they did try and attack me, and they did get attacked. That's fantastic. So you can restart your shields, just like the old hack, or what's the word? Cheat, where jumping out and into a system reset your shields. So there's an in-game mechanic for doing that, which is awesome. Okay, so finally, I need to refuel here, that's what I'm doing. So there's new blueprints in engineering, and there's tweaks to the old recipes and balance tweaks for making your things better. However, I don't do much engineering, so a lot of those didn't mean much to me, just because, yeah, I haven't spent a lot of time collecting materials, so I don't really know what the significance of a lot of this stuff is. Let's go here, launch, and another change. NPC interdiction, slightly easier. So I was hoping to show you me getting away from an NPC interdiction, but alas, they didn't make their move until too late. The last thing that I found significant about the patch changes is the ship hull changes. So they increase health to some of the larger ships, or some of the, not the larger ships because the keelback was included, but also the Type 9, the Type 7 and all that sort of things increase the hull strength.
Scan detected.
And finally, my favourite it's a ship hull change. The Viper mass has been reduced, the Viper hull mass. So that means faster Vipers, faster turning. I'm so happy about it. It's going to be
Scan
awesome. I'm
detected.
going to play my Viper so much more.
Warehead is clear.
So
Control
that's all
Commander.
the patch changes. Okay, so next on my list, the Commander's update. Patch 2.3 is coming out. The beta's coming out late February, so I'll be popping up some videos about creating a Commander and things like that. What's included in their update? Well, you create Commander, the avatar that represents you in game. There's a Commander creation tool that there's some videos leaked around. Obsidian Ant has a preview video of what the Commander creation tool will be like in the new patch. So check that out on his channel. And there's also going to be multi-crew in this patch, which means that you can jump on someone's ship. I say, hold on a second. And there we go. And you can sit in that seat. So you can be one of three. Now I'll just have to land. Oh, it doesn't really matter which way I come. So you can be the helm. Well, I'll talk about that soon. The gunner, or you can control a fighter. So the gunner can control the the turrets in a proper 360 degree, 4-pi steradian kind of style. The fighter, obviously, you can be the fighter pilot, and you can fight the on the side of your friend. And also the helm, well, that can be controlled by the only the owner of the ship, which is an interesting idea.
Docking request granted.
In order to become multi-crew, you go to your friend who's looking for a crew member, and you join them, and it instantly teleports you from your ship to their ship. So there's no having to be in the same system and all of that, which is pretty awesome. And this might change later on when you can walk around your ship. Maybe you have to go to the same space station, but at the moment, because there's no walking around, it's an instant teleport, which is pretty awesome. You can go from wherever you are to wherever your friend is, and this is an interesting landing style too, just to interrupt. Yeah, so the Commander's update, there's not much info out yet on the website, but there's some live streams coming up, I think today, maybe. I think it is today, with more info on the current internal build of the Commander's update, so check that out, or the recording of the live stream, and yeah, that will be really good information. Okay, so finally, we're going to talk about channel direction. Well, I've had a long hiatus. There's nothing much. There was patch 2.2, but I wasn't that interested in patch 2.2, to be honest. I haven't got friends playing it, and I've had a lot of fun playing other games such as World of Tanks and World of Warcraft, and Elite has kind of been on the back burner. I've had a lot of family things to do, and when I get home from work, I don't really feel like going into the office and playing Elite by myself. But I'm reinvigorated with the upcoming patch. I'm reinvigorated with the changes in 2.2.3, and I'm looking forward to playing a bit more Elite. I've also got a new Tobii IX, so I'll do a review of that soon enough. It's the one which does head tracking and eye tracking, so once I've fiddled with that a bit, I'll put a video up about that. I'm also like to do some other videos on this channel. I like playing other games. I've got a lot of games in my Steam library that I just want to check out. So I might put a couple of videos up on that. And if you have any ideas for videos you want to see, feel free to put comments in the video comments. I've also got Star Citizen, which is starting to get really good, I'm told, but I haven't actually dipped my toes in. So if you want to see a noob perspective of Star Citizen, I'm looking to maybe do a couple of videos on that, or maybe a series. But yeah, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate your time and you coming back to see me after such a long break. And stay tuned for more Elite videos from Commander Curses. That's all for now. Commander Curses signing off. Safe flying.